The pallid glow of a desolate morning light seeped through the threadbare curtains of Arthur Wells' study, illuminating the room in spectral hues. The walls, papered in countless newspaper clippings, bore silent witness to a lifetime of chasing truths hidden in shadows. It was here, amidst the musk of decaying newsprint and the spectral dance of dust and sunbeams, that Arthur first stumbled upon the whisper of a secret, his heart beating a rhythm akin to a moth drawn to an insidious flame. A faded yellow piece of newsprint clung tenuously to the corkboard, bearing the title, Fairfield's Hidden Depths. It spoke of hushed rumors surrounding the Fairfield Mall, whispered tales of strange happenings and uncanny occurrences. There was something intriguingly sinister about the way the words twisted around an enigma, sparking his dormant curiosity. Arthritis protested as he rose, his body a relic of a bygone era, echoing the battles waged against life's incessant onslaughts. Memories of his past danced in his mind like ephemeral phantoms, the ghosts of his schizophrenia that once tormented him with a cacophony of voices now rendered mute by the march of time. He looked at the photograph on his desk, a memento of love lost and estrangement found, a testament to a relationship in desperate need of mending. Venturing outside, he found himself in the heart of the city that had been the backdrop of his turbulent life. He came across a vagrant, shivering in the chill, huddled in an alleyway. A lesser man might have continued onward, but his generous heart reached into his pocket, offering the last of his loose change to the figure. A dialogue was born, a humbling reminder of shared humanity, their words carving out the beginnings of an unexpected friendship in the canvas of urban indifference. Arthur mentioned Fairfield, the mall, and the rumors. The vagrant's eyes widened in recognition. "I've heard them talk, sir," he began, his voice a raspy melody in the cold air. "The homeless disappear, lights flicker, and folks, they hear things, whispers when the hour grows late." His words hung heavy between them, adding substance to the rumors Arthur had dismissed as idle chatter. A knot twisted in his stomach, a grim premonition threading itself through the fabric of his resolve. Back in his study, the room seemed to have grown colder, the shadows deeper. As he replayed the vagrant's words, a sense of unease seeped into him like a slow brewing storm of dread. There was something more to Fairfield, something that sat nestled beneath the everyday facade of consumerism and rushed suburban lives. He decided to uncover the truth buried within the whispers and silence. His heart pulsed with a sense of purpose, a persistent rhythm in the silent song of impending mystery. Fairfield emerged on the horizon like a well-worn memory, its familiar facade belying the enigma that lurked beneath. As Arthur disembarked from the rattling bus, he felt an unnerving sense of dislocation. It was as if he had stepped into a landscape that existed somewhere between the folds of reality and the shadowy abyss of the unknown. The town, a quaint mixture of old-world charm and modern monotony, wore its everyday mask well. But Arthur, with his journalist's instincts, could feel the undercurrent of unease. The streets seemed to whisper, their voices blending with the faint rustle of autumn leaves, and the sun cast long, eerie shadows that seemed to distort familiar structures into twisted caricatures. Inexplicably, he felt a sense of recognition towards these alien streets, as if they were old friends, long forgotten. His troubled mind, once the theater of schizophrenic hallucinations, shivered in recognition. He wondered if this was the silent resurgence of his disorder, or if it was the town itself, whispering secrets directly into his consciousness. He found his steps leading him towards a coffee shop, where he sat at a window table, its glass streaked with trails of forgotten rain. The waitress, a girl barely out of her teens with a sunshine smile, greeted him warmly. Arthur offered her a photograph of the woman from his desk. Her sunny demeanor faltered as she studied the image, an echo of familiarity flickering in her eyes. "That's Miss Helen, isn't it? Used to come here all the time. But I haven't seen her around lately." Her words hung in the air, a phantom hinting at the edges of his broken relationship, pushing him further into the heart of this mystery. In a low voice, heavy with the weight of secrets, he queried about the mall. A shiver passed through the waitress, her face paling. "Things aren't right around that place," she admitted. "I had a friend who worked there. She said there were noises after dark, like whispers, and then she went missing. No one knows what happened to her." As he thanked the girl and left the diner, Arthur could feel the town's veneer crack further, revealing glimpses of a cosmic dance between mundane life and an otherworldly rhythm. The whispers of his schizophrenia meshed with the whispers of Fairfield, creating a chilling symphony that echoed in the caverns of his mind. As the day gave way to night, the lights of Fairfield flickered, casting the town in a spectral glow. His mission was far from over, the whispers of the town stirring within him, urging him to venture further into the abyss. The following day arrived, shrouded in a veil of a chilly morning fog. He stood before Fairfield Mall, its imposing facade offering a stark contrast to the quaint charm of the surrounding town. The structure seemed to loom ominously, a leviathan rising from the depths of mundanity, hinting at the unfathomable secrets hidden within its belly. The mall teemed with life, the hustle and bustle of shoppers, creating an effective smokescreen for the undercurrent of fear that ran like a silent river beneath the surface. The sights and sounds of consumerism echoed off the sterile walls, but beneath it, Arthur could sense an elusive hum, an alien rhythm like the steady heartbeat of a sleeping giant. An odd-looking store at the far corner of the mall caught his eye. A sense of misplaced nostalgia washed over him as he entered. The walls were lined with an eclectic mix of artifacts, relics that seemed too ancient and out of place amidst the mundane offerings of a suburban mall. A janitor, old and bent, his face weathered like an ancient parchment, was meticulously cleaning a strange object. Arthur approached him, the weight of his mission heavy in his heart. "Have you worked here long?" he began, his voice steady. The janitor paused, sizing Arthur up with his rheumy eyes before responding. "Long enough to know that things aren't always as they seem around here." The conversation that unfolded was a strange dance between reality and the abstract. The janitor's cryptic words painting a picture of strange occurrences, disappearing night shift workers, and unsettling noises when the moon reigned supreme. The janitor, with a glance that echoed countless secrets, pointed Arthur toward a seemingly ordinary part of the mall, a section dedicated to antiquated books. Arthur thanked the man, his heart pulsating with a strange mix of dread and anticipation, feeling his journey threading deeper into the labyrinth of uncertainty. In the bookstore, he found a myriad of forgotten tales, but one book, hidden away in the darkest corner, beckoned him. An old text, cryptically titled "The Nexus of Shadows," seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly energy. As he leafed through the ancient pages, he felt the pulse of an eldritch heartbeat echoing in the hollows of his mind. Strange symbols and alien languages danced before his eyes, the book seemingly alive, whispering secrets of a cosmic horror that lay dormant beneath the mall. His mind began to teeter on the edge of reality, his past hallucinations resurfacing, merging with the cosmic dread that was beginning to take root in his psyche. As he made his way out of the bookstore, the mall seemed to morph, reality itself distorting as if seen through a warped mirror. His journey was far from over. He knew he had only just begun to pull back the veil of normalcy, revealing the writhing shadows of a cosmic horror hidden beneath. He stood on the brink, the echoes from the abyss growing louder, enticing him to plunge deeper into the heart of the cosmic enigma. The moon, a spectral orb in the Stygian canvas of the night, cast an uncanny glow over Fairfield as Arthur once again found himself at the Leviathan's maw, the entrance of the mall. Now shrouded in darkness, the mall was a ghost of its bustling daytime self, the labyrinth within sleeping yet pulsating with an alien rhythm. Armed with little more than his steely determination, he breached the echoing silence, stepping into the hollow shell of the mall. The air hung heavy with an electric anticipation, as if the very building itself was holding its breath, waiting for the seeds of cosmic revelation to sprout in the garden of mortal understanding. Through the dimly lit corridors, past the familiar faces of storefronts locked behind iron grates, he navigated towards the bookstore. The once comforting scent of old books now carried an undercurrent of dread, the hushed whispers of forgotten tales, seemingly louder in the pressing silence. His eyes, drawn by an invisible force, fell upon a bookcase, inconspicuous yet somehow separate from the mundane. With a press against the oak, the bookcase yielded, revealing a hidden passageway. He stepped into the shadowy corridor, the weight of 1,000 untold secrets pressing against his shoulders. The narrow path unraveled into a sprawling labyrinth, humming with an unsettling resonance that echoed within the vaults of his mind. A door at the end of the labyrinthine passage stood as a silent sentinel, leading into the forbidden recesses of the secret laboratory. Inside, he was met with a chilling tableau of science and madness. Strange, whirring machinery, grotesque sketches of unnatural beings, and most disturbingly, walls etched with the same symbols he'd found in the Nexus of Shadows. His heart pounded in his chest as the horrific implications began to take root, the whispers of his schizophrenia merging with the terrifying reality unfurling before him. He felt the familiar shroud of his past terror unfurling, threatening to engulf him. But his bravery stemmed the tide. A janitor, the same one from the store, appeared from the shadows, his face ghostly in the flickering light. His words, laden with resigned dread, spoke of an ancient entity, an ageless horror waiting to be awakened. The cryptic revelations plunged Arthur into the chilling reality of the cosmic horror lurking beneath the everyday life of Fairfield, his own reality fracturing under the weight of this revelation. Leaving the clandestine horrors of the laboratory behind, Arthur re-emerged into the desolate mall. The everyday was no longer a refuge, but a thin veneer concealing the cosmic horror beneath. His once cherished sense of normalcy was replaced with a profound dread, yet he remained undeterred. As he stood on the precipice of his terrifying discovery, he was aware that the next phase of his journey would not only challenge his sanity, but his very understanding of reality itself. His brave spirit, the final vestige of his crumbling sanity, was the only thing that stood between him and the awaiting void of the cosmic unknown. Days turned into nights, and the nights into harrowing echoes of the truth Arthur now carried within him. Fairfield, bathed in the harsh, artificial glow of street lamps, became a ghost town haunted by the ever-looming shadow of cosmic horror. The murmuring breeze whispered tales of the approaching storm, the impending awakening of the ancient evil. He found himself once again at the secret entrance of the lab, where the frail boundary between reality and the unimaginable seemed to tremble. The janitor was there, a twisted Virgil guiding him through this Dantean underworld. His rheumy eyes held a glimmer of sorrow as he passed Arthur an aged document, a parting gift before melting back into the shadows. The parchment crackled under his touch, revealing a ritual, a rite of passage into the cosmic unknown. It was a testament of surrender, an invitation to join the undulating dance of the universe. As he read the archaic words, reality seemed to tremble around him, his senses drowned in a sea of cosmic horror, his past hallucinations paling in comparison to the spectral tableau unfolding before his eyes. Images of indescribable entities, colossal and terrifying, writhed in the shadowy corners of his mind, the mundane world becoming a distant dream. Yet Arthur did not recoil. Instead, he felt an unspeakable resolve, a sense of purpose emanating from the heart of his terror. He thought of his trauma, his years battling the specters of his mind, and his desperate attempt to mend the broken bonds with his wife. Each piece of his life seemed insignificant in isolation, but together they composed the key to his understanding of the cosmic horror. With the echoes of the abyss resounding in his ears, he spoke the final words of the ritual. Time seemed to shudder, reality splitting at its seams as a terrifying presence manifested, an ancient entity rising from the shadowy depths. The mall, Fairfield, and even the earth itself seemed infinitesimal, swallowed by the cosmic expanse of the entity. But rather than fear, Arthur felt an unsettling peace. His past trauma, the ghost of his schizophrenia, and the gnawing dread of the cosmic unknown fused together, reframing his understanding of existence. In the face of this cosmic horror, he found an unlikely ally, a partner in the grand cosmic dance of the universe. His reality shattered, replaced by an infinite, terrifying panorama of alien dimensions and unspeakable entities. He did not resist. Instead, he embraced the void, his being merging with the cosmic entity. He became a part of the universal orchestra, a note in the symphony of cosmic horror. The world of Fairfield continued in its seemingly mundane cycle, oblivious to the cosmic dread beneath its surface. But Arthur, now a part of something greater, remained, a silent guardian in the dance of the universe, forever caught in the haunting embrace of the void. We appreciate you tuning in. If you fancied the content, show your support with a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to keep up with our eerie adventures. Eldritch Tales Factory has plenty more to offer. Until next time.